All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a quick overview of the Entering the Real World project. This is just kind of an overview. We're not going to go too in depth onto anything specific here, but just to kind of give you a rationale and a perspective of what this project will all be about. All right, we want to first start off. Let's take a look here at this first slide as our overview here. The objective of this assignment is that this is a culmination of everything that you guys have done this semester. We've spent a lot of time talking about various units in consumer ed, and this is going to be your opportunity to pull all those skills and knowledge back together from previous units. The idea here is that we wanted to make an assignment that would be applicable to your future goals after you graduate from high school. So this is going to be a plan going forward, starting primarily with college, but looking at some things down the road. The big thing that we want to let you know is that this project is all about you. There's not going to be one project that's going to look exactly the same as another. So that's completely okay. Use your creativity, use your editing abilities to make your project look unique and different from everyone else's. All right, the topics that we're going to be covering in this project, as you can see here on this slide, there are 12 components that are going to be ultimately a part of this final project. You're going to first start with the first two, which we've already started on, which is the college and career component of it. We'll go into some more in-depth on the other videos that you're going to be seeing. But this is a rundown of all the other things that you're going to be seeing throughout the course of this project. All right, as far as materials are concerned, we're going to need you to get a binder. Preferably about a 1/2 inch binder would be about perfect. You don't need to get anything too big. There's not going to be too much pieces of paper that are going to be in here, but about a 1/2 inch binder would be perfect for this assignment. We also suggest that you potentially get either page or topic dividers so you can divide up one section of the project or one component of the project from the next. And another suggested material would be page protectors. It just kind of makes the project look more professional in appearance. These are not required, but as the title lists, it is suggested. All right, as far as the time commitment for this project, this is going to be a time-consuming project. I'm not going to lie. You need to know that you are going to need to put some time in with this. The reality of this is everyone works at a different pace. Some people are going to spend a lot more time on one component versus another. That's okay. The way that this project was designed was to allow people to kind of work at their own pace, whatever they're comfortable with, and the idea is that you try to keep some sort of time commitment to yourself. If you'll notice, the second bullet down says that there is a time schedule that will be provided for you in the project handout. Please make sure that you follow that. These are just suggested. If you end up working ahead of that, that's more than okay. If you're behind, that's okay, but you want to make sure that you don't get too far behind. Make sure that you leave yourself enough time to get every component done. We will be spending about six classes working on this in the LRC. If you're going to need more additional time, that's going to be different for everyone. Some people are not going to need any additional time outside of class. Other people may need a lot of time outside of class. Once again, this is the idea that everyone does work at a different pace. All right, as far as getting started here, all the information that you guys are going to need for this is going to be found in a couple of different places. The number one go-to is going to be the handout that you're going to be receiving. This has every component in it, what is expected of you in each of the components. So that is going to be probably one of your more reliable resources to look at. The other area that you're going to want to look at is if you go to the LRC Course Guides Haiku page, there's a variety of resources that are going to be on there. We've included YouTube videos for each of the components, which kind of outlines the websites that are going to be used and things of that nature. There's going to be web links that are going to be built into the course pages, so you can see which websites you're going to go to get the information. And there are also going to be templates based on this course guides page. These templates can be used to plug in information, but these you can fully modify and change to your own purpose. Those will be shown to you in later videos as well. There's also going to be various print publications that will be able to be used. And then obviously feel free to ask either myself or Ms. Mayer if you have any questions as you're going through this. As far as the grading is concerned, this is a pretty point-heavy assignment, 200 points. Okay, so it is definitely something that you want to do a good job on. It is worth a little more than what would be 2 tests. Not all components of the projects carry the same weight. Okay, so when we talked back in the previous slides about the different components, not all of them carry the same weight. There will be a rubric that's attached that will show you where these points lie and how much it is. Most of the components range anywhere from 10 points to as much as 30 points per component. There will be a due date. I will let you know what it is in advance. Please plan according. Make sure that you're able to complete this assignment when it's due. The standard 10% per day late policy applies to this if you do not turn it in on time, okay, which based on 200 points is 20 points per day that it's late. With it being the end of the semester, there isn't too much flexibility in terms of turning it in late, so please make sure that you're staying on top of it and making sure that you've got it completed.